Hey, what's going on guys, it's Nuke. In this video today, I'm going to be covering a particular method to earn credits fast. This is especially good for new players that want to get credits and get their credits up so they can move into more advanced glitches, but some of those advanced glitches require a lot of credits. So, if you don't have a lot of credits, you're not going to be able to do the really good credit glitches, right? You know, like duplicating, high-end ships and selling parts and stuff like that. So, today I'm going to be showing you how you can get into this, get the credits needed so you can get into these better glitches. Now, this isn't a bad glitch to begin with. If you're already, a skilled veteran and you want to do this glitch, there's some helpful information in this video that I haven't covered in other videos, so make sure you watch all of this. And by the way, this requires no level. You can be a low level and do this. No skills, no material needed, nothing. This is plain Jane, very easy. Anybody can do it. Now, one last thing before we get into the video, if you could please consider subscribing to the channel. Right now, less than 1% of my viewers are currently subscribed. I try to put a lot of effort into all my videos to bring you the best content possible. If you like Starfield, you're gonna like this channel. So hit the button down below and subscribe. It's free and join the team. Alright, let's get into it and I'll show you how it's done. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want for this glitch is obviously a ship. Now, I have a very nice ship. You don't need a nice ship like this. You just need a decent one that you trust will do well enough in a dogfight against other ships. It doesn't have to be spectacular by any means. You can go out and steal a ship that's a little bit better than yours and use that if you want, if you feel more comfortable using a ship like that versus the one that you start off with or the current one that you have. You might already have a decent ship for dogfighting, so it's up to you. You can actually, if you have a little bit of credits, you can put a few more weapons on your current ship if you want, and that should only cost you, 10,000 credits. So I'm assuming you might have 10,000 credits to do that, but if you have none, you're brand new, level 1 player right out of the gate, you can rock the first ship that you get, if you're good enough to win your dogfights. Now, I also recommend putting your difficulty on super easy for this, as it has no impact on how this glitch plays out. Alright, once you have your ship situation figured out, we are on to the next step, and that step is very simple. You want to go out and find some ships that you can steal. So I recommend going to the level 75, level 70 planet systems and jumping around from planet to planet until you find an encounter with other ships, okay? Now, you might not be able to go to a level 75 planet depending on your ship or how new of a player you are, so if you can't do that, just follow the path, click on the planet that you want to go to. So let's say, there's a level 75 planet you want to go to, click on it, and then it's going to show you a red path. You need to jump from system to system until you have that path unlocked. That's all you need to do, is jump from system to system, and then once you get there, you'll be good to go, and we can go to the next step. Now, once you do finally come across a ship encounter with space invaders, you want to go ahead and eliminate all of them but one. Okay? When you are done eliminating all of them but one, what you want to do is lock on to the last ship, press X to target, and target the engines only. Just target the engines, take them out, and from that point, the ship will not be able to move or boost. And what you can do is get close to it, and it will give you the option to dock. And for Xbox, that is by pressing X on your controller. Alright, so once you dock, go ahead and eliminate all of the space invaders inside of the ship. Take them all out, and then go through and basically loot everything, get as much as you can, credits, weapons that are worth any sort of value, take those. Make sure, if there's contraband on there, take that. That's very important. You cannot bring contraband back to New Atlantis because they will scan your ship, see it, and arrest you. So if you do come across a ship that has contraband, because it can happen, you need to go to the Wolf's Den and sell it there. Now, the thing is we're not going to be flying these ships back to New Atlantis. We're not going to be necessarily taking them and flying them back. I'm going to show you what we're doing, but if you do leave the contraband on the ship, you will ultimately end up losing it and not being able to get it back. So it's best to take advantage of it. If you have it there, take it. It's worth money, and if you're a new player, you definitely need it. Now, after you have eliminated everybody on the ship, you've looted everything, you have everything that you want, what you want to do next is get in the driver's seat of the ship. From that point, go ahead and undock, and then after you undock, spin your ship around so that you're facing your own ship. You want to be close enough to it where it says dock. So as you can see right here, I'm just spinning myself around, getting my bearings, and I'm looking at my own ship. And if you can see right there in the center of my cursor, it gives me the option to dock back onto my own ship. So from here, I do recommend saving if this is your first time attempting this in case you mess up, so you don't have to fall back to a previous save and redo the majority of what you just did. After you save, go ahead and press start and go to your ships and make the current ship that you stole your home ship. And right after that, get out of the menu as quick as possible and redock back onto your original ship. And this is exactly what it should look like when you do it right. So once you dock with your own ship again, go ahead and go back into your ship menu and make your original ship your home ship once again, and go ahead and get back into the driver's seat of your own ship and then undock from the ship that you were just in, the stolen ship, and it should fly away and it's now part of your fleet. Now the reason we're doing all these steps is that it does save time. It seems like a lot, but it's really not, because if you don't do it this way, what you need to do is bring your stolen ship to a ship vendor, and then from there talk to him and switch your stolen ship for your original ship, make your original ship your home ship, and it just takes way more time versus just doing it on the spot like we just did. And once you get the hang of doing this method, it's so much faster than the other way and just saves you so much time. I also recommend, once you start getting into the groove of doing this, to save each time you steal a ship, so that, you know, if something goes wrong or things get corrupted or something like that, because this is a Bethesda game, that you can fall back on a save and not have to redo a bunch of stuff that you just did. Alright, so the next step is to go out and do this repeatedly until you fill your fleet with ships. So if you're a new player and you only have one ship, you can hold up to 10 ships. So you can do this 9 times and you'll have a full fleet. Now if you're a veteran player and let's say you have 3, 4, 5 expensive ships, you can do this 5 times or however many times you have open slots, and just do this until you have a full fleet. Now not all these ships are going to be worth, you know, a lot of money. The first one I stole was worth 30,000, but the next one I stole I think was worth like 90,000. I'll show it on the screen right here. So it looks like it was worth 76,000, but that's still pretty good for a stolen ship, and we're going to get full price for that ship. Normally when you sell ships, you don't get the full price. You have to register them, do all this stuff, but we're going to avoid all that, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So what you want to do is open up your star map and go ahead and find your favorite ship vendor. Mine is at New Atlantis, so we're going to be going there. Now once you get down here, go ahead and go over and talk to the ship vendor at whatever location you're at. Once you talk to him, go down to let's see what ships you have for sale. From that point, if you're on controller, go ahead and press Y to view the ships that you have. So we're going to go over to the ship that we stole, and that is this one right here. Now what you want to do is make sure that the ship that you have highlighted, there is a ship that you own to the left or right. So if you only have one ship, go to your number 1 ship, right? And then we're going to be focusing on, if you have 10 ships at this point, 9 stolen, right? 1 that you own. We're going to be focusing either from our main ship to the ship to the right or the left of it. So you're looking at ship 1, you have a stolen ship on number 2 slot, and you have a stolen ship on number 10 slot. So go ahead and highlight the ship that you own. And what I mean by that is just go to that tab, look at the ship that you own, and what you want to do if you're on Xbox, okay, and let's say that the ship that you're looking at that you own, the stolen ship is to the right of it. You are going to want to hold down RB and A to sell, okay? So hold them both down and then release RB and A almost at the same time, but release A like a microsecond after you release RB. If the ship is to the left, use LB instead, okay? Because RB brings you to the right, LB brings you to the left. Now for PC users, you want to take your mouse and bring it up and either click and hold on O or T, depending on if the ship that you stole is to the left or the right. Alright, so you're clicking and holding. At the same time, hold down the key on your keyboard, enter. Alright, now release them at the same time, but release enter on your keyboard about a millisecond after you release a click on your mouse. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like if you do it right. Now you might not get a first try. It took me I think like 3 tries to do it. I'm going to use the Xbox method, but we just did it right there. But if you notice, the selling price is lower than the value of the ship that we stole because we didn't release A or enter fast enough. And if you do it right, you will see that the value of the ship matches the price that we're getting for selling it, as you can see, and that's how you know you did it right. So make sure they line up, they match, and then go ahead and sell a ship, and that is how you sell a ship that's not registered. So we're just going to go ahead and sell that ship now, but like I said, make sure the prices match up we're going to sell it, and we just got the credits, and now we can do that again and again and get rid of all the ships that we did steal to make profit so that we can move on to the next glitch. Now ideally you have stolen about 9 or 10 ships, you sold them all, you got the profit, and hopefully you are right around 1,000,000 credits. And from that point, what you want to do is build a ship with those credits. Take a ship base, you know, it can be the original ship that you have, go ahead and get rid of everything, and then pimp it out with a bunch of super expensive stuff, and make sure the value of the ship at the bottom left is as high as possible. From that point, the next thing that you want to do is go ahead and buy a burner ship, or you can go out and steal one. It doesn't matter. You just need a second ship that's cheap and doesn't cost you much. And we're going to be duplicating our nice ship onto our burner ship and then selling the parts for massive profit. And you can keep repeating that over and over and over again. So what you want to do is go to your ship builder and go to the ship, highlight it, the one that has all the parts on it. And what you want to do is do the exact same thing that you just did. So hold RB if the ship is to the right, or LB if the ship is to your left. And then instead of holding the button down A to sell, we're going to be holding down X to go to ship builder. And whatever that is on PC, you can see on the screen, it's the exact same thing that we just did. We're doing it again. And if you do it right, it will look like this. If you're in ship builder, move one part, then accept, back out and save. And now you'll see that our burner ship is gone. We now have 2 pimped out ships. And what we can do now is go to the duplicated ship. The one that was our burner ship before is now a nice ship. Go to that one. And we're going to go ahead and go into ship builder. And from this point, go ahead and press LB if you're on controller to select everything. And then use your right bumper to go through and unselect all the necessities. You still need to keep a grav drive. All the main stuff that allows the ship to function and fly, you need to leave that on the ship. What you want to do is basically get rid of all these gas tanks. These gas tanks are worth a lot of money. And if you can't build these big ones, just build small ones. It doesn't matter. Just put stuff on the ship that you can sell for profit that aren't a necessity or required to fly in the game. So we just deleted all the stuff we don't need. And you can see in the top right, we are making a cool 172,000 credits. And depending on how much credits your ship vendor has, mine has a lot because I've been buying a lot from him, you can go back and literally just duplicate the ship again on top of it, on top of the one that you just sold, like the ship that's missing the parts. Duplicate your nice one on top of it, move a piece on it, just repeat the same process over and over again, and you'll end up, you know, filthy rich. And if you need to reset your vendor's credits, go to Venus, sleep on it for 6 hours, and then come back. His credits will be replenished, and you can just make an enormous amount of money, more than you'll ever need in this game. And that is how you can get filthy rich in Starfield, even as a level 1 player, as a new player. If you need this, if you want credits, if you want to get in the game like everybody else, do this. Do all these steps. I promise you, you'll be rich by, you know, after just a couple hours. As always, if you made this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot. And if you have time, leave some feedback down below in the comments. Let me know what you think of the video. And if you have any topics or ideas that you want me to cover for Starfield, let me know and I will cover it for you. I will see you all in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Until next time, take care and have a good one.